All right, YouTube, Nicky Steve's back again with another one. So yesterday, now the Philadelphia Eagles announced their new defensive coordinator will be Jonathan Gannon, the former defensive back slash cornerback coach for the Indianapolis Colts. And as we know, the Colts were one of the top defenses in the NFL throughout the 2020 season. The Eagles are bringing in Gannon, hoping that he'll be able to take some of the success that the Colts defense had and bring it over to the Eagles defense, because we sure know the Eagles need all the help they can get on the defensive side of the ball. So Jonathan Gannon will replace Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator. So he'll be reunited with Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, who's now the new head coach, coming over from the Indianapolis Colts. So now we got two former Colts coaches now on the Eagles coaching staff for the 2021-2022 season. Now for Gannon, not sure whether this is going to work out or not, to be honest. Because again, we're talking about with Gannon, like I said with Nick Sirianni in that video, will he be able to make the adjustments from one position to another? Now, in the case of Jonathan Gannon, this applies because he's going from being the defensive back coach, where he's working with those players, particularly in that position, to now being the defensive coordinator, where he has to work with the entire defense. Like any other job out there, when you go from one role to another, your responsibility is changed from working with a certain group of people to a larger group of people, and you have to adjust to the responsibilities. And it's the same thing for anyone that goes from one coaching level to the other. Now, for Jonathan Gannon, it's too early for me to decide whether this is a good hire or a bad hire. All I'm saying is at least we do have a new defensive coordinator that should help, because obviously we need all the help we can get on the defensive side of the ball. And the question is, will Gannon be able to take what he was doing with the Colts with one position and bring it over to being defensive coordinator? But remember, in Jonathan Gannon's case, he was working with a small handful of players because he's working with the defensive backs, not the entire defense. Now, is what his work he did there a reflection of his abilities to coach a defense? Or is that a reflection of him being with the right team and the right team working with the right team's defense? That's the question we're going to find out as the season goes along. And we know he got one of the reasons he was brought in is because he knows Nick Sirianni. Now, so we'll be able to look back a year from now and see if this was the right hire or not. What I'm going to say, though, is you can hire Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, you can hire all the coaches you want to hire, but at the end of the day, this team needs to get free agency and the draft right. Because if they don't address the holes on their roster with free agency and the draft, and if they don't draft the right players to help fix up those holes, you can have all the coaches you want, but if they don't have the right pieces to work with, how much better is this team going to get? If you don't do anything to address needs on the offensive line, to address the needs on defense, etc., what are these coaches really going to be able to do with it if you still have the same problems on the roster you had in 2020? So that's where I stand. And Jonathan Gannon, I guess we'll find out if he's really a good hire or not as time goes along. But like I said, you still got the draft and, of course, free agency in March before the draft. They got to get those right. And I'll definitely be doing videos talking about free agency in March and the draft in April. And that's where we'll see, like I said, they got to get those right in order to fix the holes on their roster, or for these coaches to really be able to do anything. So I said I was going to say. And there is one more thing. For those of you wondering what that poster is, you see what it is. First round, first minute, Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, May 25th, 1965. But any note, yeah. So, recap what I said. Yes, Jonathan Gannon now, the new defensive coordinator for the Eagles. We'll find out as time goes along whether this is the right hire or not. Ultimately, I feel the Eagles have to fix up their flaws on the roster. They have to fix up their positions of need through free agency in March and through the draft in order for this team to truly get better, because you can bring in all the coaches you want to bring in, but if you don't make the right roster moves, how are they really going to be able to do anything, and how is that really going to fix anything? So that's where I stand on this. For those of you watching, thank you for watching. You enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And in the comment section, feel free to comment. What do you think of Jonathan Gannon's hire? Do you think this is a good hire, a bad hire? Are you going to wait and see like myself? And most of all, everyone watching, have a wonderful day. It is NFC AFC Championship Sunday. In the AFC Championship game, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs. And in the NFC Championship game at the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will travel over to Green Bay to play the Green Bay Packers. Brady versus Rodgers in the playoffs finally happening. That'll be exciting. And we'll see what happens there. We'll see who the representatives are for Super Bowl 55. Nikki Stees now officially signing off. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.